Okay, just wanted to give a couple quick updates on some questions that she had posed to everybody in the thunderstorm video. Well, before we get to that, actually, some of you wanted to know how long it took for her husband to notice that the lights were changing. Wanted to find out what happened, and he noticed the very next night. Yeah, busted. And yeah, but he did say that we could leave it like that for a while, so we're enjoying that for now. And you know, who knows how much longer he's going to be able to tolerate constant change. So enjoy it while we can. And then Lorma looked up the information, whether it's fact or myth, on the danger of being in contact with water in your house during a storm. And okay, so the Mythbusters did this as an experiment, and they did a little mock house, electrified it to, let's see, hold on. Let's see here. Constructed a makeshift house complete with grounded plumbing, doused it with simulated lightning in an electricity testing facility to find out whether the voltage could really leap from the sky to the shower. And they used the ballistics dummy. What's his name?
Buster. The dummy's name is Buster. God, I'm telling you, I know everything. Just check with me.
It's been so long since I watched that show. I can't remember. Somebody will know it. Anyway, they put a heart monitor on him, and the monitor failed to measure the amount of current swimming through the stunt dummy, but visual evidence was clear.
Okay, so this seems to be the only way I ever have any time anymore. So hold on, I got my hands full. Oh, there we go. Okay. So I know I keep saying I'm all caught up, and I'm thinking I'm all caught up, and I keep finding more stuff I gotta put together. So I was all caught up to do the map, had everything on the spreadsheet, and now several days have gone by and I've got a lot more responses, so I want to get everybody in at once. But so I'm just keep throwing in these little clips to keep y'all up to date, because I'm coming back. I am, I swear. It's not going to just be watching me drive to work. But, God, I'm so distracted. I think I found a mouse turd in the spoon rest for the coffee, so I'm completely like, holy shit, what was that? And now I realized that I have my camera at the wrong... That way? I don't know. Hold on. I gotta set you down for a second. I gotta... No. Here, I'm gonna... Take a look there. Hi. Yeah. Landscape portrait. Let's get you... Oh, sorry. Gonna make Dawn throw up. Alright. So, I got a email confirmation. See, I'm looking in the wrong spot again. I got a confirmation from Diamond Art Club, and it said, well, I'm going to show you, but I'm pretty excited. And I got to put together more stuff for the map video, because people keep adding in, and I wanna get that as up to date as I can for when I actually film it. And I was talking to Jan, And she had an excellent idea for that. So that's a little surprise for all of you that I'm going to insert in that. And Adriana shared with me little exclusive. I don't know if she's released it yet, but she told me that I was free to release this little exclusive to you from Diamond Art Club before she was to share it. So take a look at this. And pretty cool. It's awesome, and looking forward to some of that stuff coming out for Diamond Art Club. And also now I've got a jogger, so I'm so distracted. So and here's the lady that I wave at every morning, who then makes me lose my train of thought. She's, every time. I know if I'm on time to work because then she's walking her dog in front of the same house. Time it out. God, so distracted this morning. Oh, so I realized, because I'm editing this video right now that I'm putting this at the end of, this was recorded like a week ago, and I'm tacking this on. Today is Friday. This was the Friday that I said that Brandy was going to catch up to me in subscribers. So I posted the results as of 11 p.m. last night. I haven't looked this morning. I don't have time. I'm on my way to work. But, so this is like a week later. I'm tacking this on to the end to, oh God, bouncing all over the place, to get y'all caught up to speed. And now I've lost what I was going to say again. There's a point. Oh, we went shopping in this video, and I never made the video of what I actually bought. So before we get to the map, I got to show you my haul. And now I got to hurry up and get in front of this. Okay, fine, you go ahead. You're an asswipe. Okay. See, I was in the wrong lane because I'm talking and not paying attention, and my phone's bouncing all over. And let me fix that, because I can't have you bouncing all over. Dawn's going to get on my case about motion sickness. Dawn. Alright, so I've got to do the haul, and there's some cool stuff in there. And holy backup. Look at this. Oh my God. Hold on. Look at that line of traffic. Jesus Christ. Somebody's going to be late to work. Oh, thank you very much. She's letting me in. I appreciate it. Thank you. Like the woman who's, you know, vlogging in. So, yeah, now we're going to have a nice smooth ride because it's a tortoise pace to work now. So yeah, I have to show you my haul. There's some cool stuff in there, and then I want to do the map, and I got to my halfway point on the Four Seasons tree, so it's rolled up and put away for a later date to work on again. And I hit a nice stopping point on the cottage, so that's rolled up and put away for a later date. And I told you that I wanted to start the mermaid with you guys, so I started a different one to take to work. It's a partial round, the purple peacock. So I started this one at work, and I haven't gotten very far because I ended up spending most of my downtime editing the video that I'm now attached at the end of to get this out for you guys. And thank you to my cube mate, Jenna. Appreciate the little cameo at the beginning there and at the end. That was fun. We had a good time yesterday at work, creating the intros and outros together. I don't think the rest of the people in the cubicle farm were enjoying it because we were getting some looks, because we were kind of uproarious in our laughter and disturbing the work atmosphere a little bit, but it was fun. And I actually thought that would be fun to occasionally get coworkers to kind of join in the fun and do little cameos here and there for my intros and outros, if anybody's willing. Because when I started doing Snapchat when I was in training, there was a few people who contributed little clips here and there. The one person that really got into it and had fun with it with me was my coworker Raymond. Gosh, if I can find the clips, I'll put them in. But yeah, that was hilarious. I am going to be late to work. It's 7:54, and this backup is for a stop sign. I'm guessing there must be an accident. I see dead people. A lot of ums this morning. So, Jan said to me that she was interested in, or nosy in seeing more of my home, wants to see how I decorate or how messy I am, or I don't know. But I told her that I'd probably show little bits here and there. Not going to give like the full-blown tour, because somebody out there might just be, you know, trying to pinpoint me on a map to rob me blind. Because, you know, if I really wanted to just show y'all what I have, then I would just, you know, unhide that home inventory folder I have on YouTube with all the video. And you should all do this for insurance purposes. Irma was on the way. She was bearing down on us. And so we recorded, video recorded, documented everything we owned. So walked around through the house with our phones, opening every single drawer and shuffling through the contents, because you're never going to remember everything you own if you lost everything. Well, now, again, because... Ooh. Oh, that was a pile of moss. I thought they just like ran completely over like a raccoon. It was a big Spanish moss, falls off the trees and it ends up in clumps on the road here. And somebody ran over it and I thought it was an animal. But anyway, so, you know, I always joke with my husband that on his, I have a few epitaphs to put on his headstone. One of which being, don't just do it, overdo it. So it wasn't just enough for me to go through the house with my phone and record everything. He had the kids on either side of me with their phones, all three of us recording as he opened every drawer, because he wanted 3 copies of everything. In case, I don't know, he lost 2 of the 3 family members in the hurricane. I don't know why, but yeah, I had 3 copies of this like 2-hour long recording of all of our personal possessions. So no, Jan, I'm not opening up the archives for you to snoop through all of my drawers. But I will, you know, give you a little peek here and there at different rooms of the house as they are presentable. And for the most part, we keep the house fairly tidy, because of the competing OCD in the house. We have to keep it pretty well clean or we'll drive each other crazy. But it has been a disaster for many months right now because of the fact that my husband has been starting up his own business. And I've never really touched on what his business is going to be. And he's a very private person and doesn't want his business tied into this at all. He just doesn't think that it would be professional. What's wrong with this? So anyway, I mean, I'll talk in very general terms about his business, but he's starting up a business that rather than just buying the existing equipment out there to perform this business that he's delving into, he bought, like, let's call it 6 different systems for 6 different types of work. And rather than just, you know, putting all those on a trailer and having separate units to do each of these different services, he tore them all apart. He has background in engineering, and he tore them all apart and essentially like reverse engineer and then forward engineering them all into one giant machine that will do all these different services. And you know, then you gotta put it all together, and you know, he's gonna go for a patent and everything for it. But anyway, the whole process of purchasing all of it, tearing it apart, ordering all the little parts, well, designing the components, ordering the parts, and then having the trailer made from scratch as he goes. It's a huge undertaking, and the fabricators that he's been working with for this trailer have been absolutely floored that he's doing it himself, and he's done it in such a short amount of time, because he started this, you know, a year ago, and they thought it would have taken a team of engineers a year to figure this all out and get it built, where he's just one guy. But he's to the point now where he's reassembling. Long explanation to tell you that the house is a disaster, because in pulling all of these machines apart, all the pieces and parts between pulling them apart and everything he ordered to build his own are spread all over the house. The dining room is covered, his office is covered, the guest room is covered, the kitchen table is covered. I mean, it's just this is like machinery parts all over the house, everywhere. And because he's the one who does all the cooking and cleaning and all of that stuff, he's working literally 16 hours a day on this for the last year. So he's falling behind and keeping the house clean and laundry and everything else that he does. So the house is kind of a disaster. So he doesn't have parts laying all over every room of the house, but, you know, the kids don't take it upon themselves to clean their rooms or their living room. And I clean our bathroom, you know, like a really good cleaning every week or two. It's really dusty here for whatever reason. So I don't dust every week. I'm an organized person, but I'm not necessarily a sanitary freak. My mom was, a sanitary freak. She would dust every single day in the house. Oh, that's right. I was going to tell stories about my mother. But anyway, house is a disaster, so filming it right now, I'd probably be okay with it, because I'm not like my mom where I had to empty the garbage every time somebody threw it in there, or the bridge when she had bridge party story. But my husband is. He is just like my mom in that way, that it has to be immaculate in order for, foreign eyes to lay upon it. So yeah, I'll give you sneak peeks of different stuff. Nosy Jan. And, oh my God, I'm still sitting here. 10 minutes and I'm still sitting here. What in the hell is going on? This sucks. You know what? There's a school bus in front of me. I've never had a school bus in front of me. I wonder if the kids are back in school today. Did school start today? This is ridiculous. Okay, so yeah, I'll give you guys little sneak peeks of the house, and probably as I was walking out the front door, you probably got a little peek of the front of my house. But again, my husband's really, really paranoid about the internet and, you know, people with ulterior motive, sinister, whatever, you know, and doing like searches to figure out where you live, and you give, you know, and they all say that the internet security, you don't say when you're going on vacation on Facebook and stuff, because then anybody can, you know, figure out where you live and they know you're gone for a week and rob you. So yeah, I'm kind of leery of putting like the photographs of my house that were on the internet when we bought it, because anybody could do a Google search of that photo and find my exact address and come and, you know, murder me in my sleep, because I don't deserve it. I was about to say I do, but that's just, I shouldn't joke like that. So, but if anybody does even consider coming and robbing us, just know that my husband was very paranoid when we moved here. He thought we were moving to like the murder capital of the world. So he had them install a security system in the house that has 9 cameras between the outside perimeter of the house and the inside, and every window and door is wired, and sound sensors for glass breaks and all this crap. And I mean, there's cameras on the inside of the house, and we can log in and watch our house from our phones and arm and disarm the house from the phones, open the garage door. It's fun. All this shit from our phones. And, you know, that wasn't enough. Then he had to, because he's a big deer hunter. And I told him, he had a really ugly gun case before. Sorry, honey, it's ugly. And I said there was absolutely no way I wanted that coming with us to Florida. So he got rid of it, but, you know, he argued the good point with the humidity and stuff. He has to have the guns, you know, in a case so that they don't start to rust out or whatever. And he had enough of them, so he ended up having to get a gun safe. And you know, I'm thinking garage. No, gun safe. It's got to be in the bedroom. We have a giant stand-up gun safe with the big crank like a bank vault in our bedroom. So, yeah, don't come rob us, because my husband will shoot you. First, he's going to have to wake me up to open the safe because he can't remember the combination. But then once he gets into the safe, he'll shoot you. And since he's also very much like MacGyver, he also is a big bow hunter. You know, when we go on vacation, he, you know, I'm sure now that he's got all this technology available to him, probably like booby trap the house with, you know, loaded bows to, you know, trigger using his phone. If somebody comes in, he'll just shoot you in the neck with an arrow. So, enough warning. Don't rob me. First of all you're going to get is like styrofoam sheeting and cardboard boxes, because we don't have anything good. We sold all that. We don't own anything good. Yeah. So, oh my God, it's 7 minutes after 8. I've been in line for like 15 minutes and I'm not even to the first stop sign that's like, what? A half mile down the street from my house. This is unbelievable. So, Jesus, 21 minutes, 22 minutes. I've been recording for 22 minutes. I should be at work by now. 22 minutes and I'm not even a mile down the road. Okay, you know what? All that stuff I was saying about tacking this on the end of the other video, you know what? I already had my my outro filmed and everything. This is just, I guess, going to be some bonus footage that maybe I can just load up today and post before I do my haul video, because I really just wanted to put a little snippet in there, and now I've got way too much information for tacking on, because that other one's already over an hour. So yeah, I guess this is going to be a bonus video for the week. This would be great if I could just do this every day and load them up, and then I could post stuff every single day for you, and then when I actually have time to do something other than just talk, I could do something about diamond painting, like whether it was, you know, some sort of product review or whatever. That whole line was, oh my god, it continues in front of me for another freaking light. You have got to be kidding me. I've got to show you guys this. This is ridiculous. Okay, hold on. I got to stop it so I can switch the camera and show you. Alright, I don't know if you can see that. So, I am going to be so late to work. This is ridiculous. So, okay, I used to work, hold on. Okay, I used to work, see, now this gives me that double chin again. I used to work 10 to 7, and then they had you could bid for different schedules, and I ended up getting my new schedule, which is 8:30 to 5, and traffic when I got out at 7 was fine, but if I got out early at 6:45, it would take me like an extra 15 minutes to get home because traffic was worse 15 minutes earlier. So I was really nervous about switching my schedule to be done at 5 o'clock, that I'd get stuck in this ridiculous traffic. Now, my new schedule began in June. The kids were out of school. When traffic's bad was when the kids were in school. And if they started school again today, and this is what I have to look forward to every day, I'm going to be fucking pissed, because I've been going now for 25 minutes and I am literally 3/4 of a mile from my house. If it's going to take me an hour to get to work, it's a 9-mile drive. If it's going to take me an hour every morning to get to work, I'm going to be so fucking pissed. I applied for work from home and I didn't get it again. So that means I have at least another few months until the next round where they send people to work from home. So, oh my God. And I told my husband this. I told him that I didn't want to get off work at 5. He wanted me to get off work earlier, so I was home earlier. And I said, I don't want to be fighting traffic all the time. I was fine with 7 o'clock because there's no traffic. It was like literally 20 minutes to get home from work. I'm getting, blood's starting to boil. Wendy's getting angry. So yeah, I'm not tacking this on the other end of the other one, because this is going to turn out to be like a 30-40 minute video, just this drive to work. So, son of a bitch. Alright. So, yeah, I'm curious to know what they're sending me from Diamond Art Club. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. And I've been watching Gwen's channel. Is it called Everything Gwenny? And I love watching her. I'm almost caught up. I think I'm, you know, within a few videos of being current on hers. Love listening to her. And yeah, school's in. There's kids waiting for their bus standing here in the corner. Oh, for Christ's sake. Let's see. Who else? I don't know. I need to sip of my coffee. I'm freaking out. I have 16 minutes to get to work. Son of a bitch. This is ridiculous. Luckily though, my work, you have a lot of flexible options for your schedule so that you don't end up getting dinged with an occurrence. They call it an occurrence if you're late or whatever. They have things like you can slide your schedule. You can slide your schedule up to 2 hours on a given day for a total of no more than 4 hours a month. So if you are late to work, you slide your schedule back, let's say a half an hour in the morning and a half an hour in the evening, so that it doesn't count against you. Or you can use time off. If you're late, you put it in as time off so that you don't get an occurrence. But essentially, you know, you get so many dings against you for occurrences, and you know, then it's, you know, verbal warning, written warning, disciplinary action, all that shit, and makes you ineligible for promotions, things like that. So you kind of got to keep track of how many occurrences you have and all that crap. So, oh God, my anxiety. I hate to be late. That's like my biggest pet peeve. If somebody keeps me waiting, I absolutely hate it, and I do everything in my power to not be late. You know, try and be 5 minutes early whenever possible. So yeah, I'm starting to feel a physical tightening in my chest because of the anxiety of the thought of being late to work. Not that I'm in any kind of danger of occurrences. Oh, here's what it is. There's a school here, and a giant line of parents lined up to drop their kids off at school, which is causing a giant bottleneck clog. And the ones who can't get into the parking lot of the school are pulling off in the grass on the side of the road and backing in and out of the street in order to drop their kids off for school. And that's what's causing this giant clusterfuck. Fuck me. Holy shit. Alright, well, fuck. Gotta figure out a way around that every morning now, because that's like right in the middle of my commute. And then if I go the other way, if instead of turning right out of my area, I turn left out of my area, then there's another school down there. So I'm not going to get away from that one either. And if I go the third way, then I'm heading in the opposite direction of the office. So, fuck. Maybe I'll just have to leave a little earlier for work every day. I don't know, but I keep forgetting about this goddamn fan blowing on the microphone. So I apologize. I keep forgetting, and I've got the window open because I'm stressed out, and I'm going to pause for 4 minutes. Okay, it's 8:22. I've got 8 minutes to clock in, and I'm not even halfway to work. And it's a giant clusterfuck at this light, too. So I'm already in my mind doing my game plan. I'm going to log in and immediately go into read time, which is used for reading all the updates in the insurance business before you start your job. And then they round to the nearest 15 minutes, so you can technically be like 7 minutes late, and it'll round down for you so that it doesn't count. So I'm like gonna run in, log into the system, put myself in read time, and then wait for my computer to start up. And now I've got somebody on a Sunday drive on a Friday morning. Afternoon. It feels like afternoon. I've been in the car so long now. Come on, dude. Gas pedal. It's the one on the right. Road rage is building. So, let's see. I'm behind on comments again because I keep trying to get caught up on everything else, and then I keep making these little snippets, which means I need to edit them and taking on too much. This is why I need to quit my job and just do this full time. Oh, I'm going to try and, the tech stories, I'm going to see if they're on YouTube, and I'll try and find now see, this is not the same video again, so I'm giving updates to a video that will have already been put out, so never mind. Oh, no, there's a giant line for this light. God damn it. I haven't plugged in my new little driving monitoring device in the car. Because it's a good thing I didn't do it yet, because today wouldn't be the day to do that. But yeah, our insurance company sent us those little devices that you plug in and monitors how you drive. I have 5 minutes. I'm gonna be late. Okay. Breathe. Oh, don't cut in front of me. I was about to nail it. Son of a bitch. So yeah, I'll show you the peacock that I started at some point. I'll put it in this video, a little picture, and I have an unboxing from it. So I did that because I've been working on all these full drill canvases, and you know, I need a little immediate gratification every now and then. So I'm doing this peacock to get something done and framed because you know, short attention span theater, I need something quick. And yeah, and then I think I'll do Don't Cut in Front of Me, fucker. I still got this guy in front of me with this Mr. Mercedes. I have to do some maneuvering here. Let's get over here. Get around him. Oh, and then there goes the truck. Oh, I wish you guys could see this. I got to put up a dash cam so you can watch like the NASCAR roadway to work. Keep an eye on the mirrors. Looking for cops, scanning at all times. Over here. Fasten your seatbelt, kids. We're up for a wild ride. I'm going 70. Past gas stations and tobacco shops. So I had created a Facebook page a long time ago for going off my meds. And I know several of the different channels have Facebook pages and groups and all of that stuff, and I thought that would be fun. But I created the group, and I already had the page, and I linked them on the YouTube channel for a few days, and then realized there is no frickin' way I have time to keep up with that too. And you guys are, a lot of you are all in those other groups already. So, you know, there's really not a need for it. You know, I think we're all kind of subscribing to the whole same network of channels. So, you know, I'm not going to be one to be able to juggle that many balls at once. I'm more of a, I don't multitask. I'm a monogamous tasker. Serial monogamy. So I have the Instagram that I created, and I don't know how to use it yet. So that stuff's all in place, but I don't know what I'm doing. So I kind of just dropped it and leave it go until, you know, my husband's a millionaire and I can quit my job and do this all the time. Then I'll figure it out. But at least I've got the what's the fucking word? Infrastructure. I've got the Gmail account, I've got the Facebook, I've got the YouTube name, I've got all of this stuff locked down, like the .com kind of thing. Grab the domain. I've got it all there, it's all in place, but I don't have time to figure it all out right now, but it's there. So, yeah. So yeah, if you saw it linked and then it disappeared, that's why, because I didn't want like people like actually paying attention to nothing happening, because you're doing enough of that just watching me drive back and forth to work every day. You don't need to be monitoring nothing on the internet too. Well, not that I'm not on the internet right now. You're whatever. You understand what I'm saying. I don't have the wherewithal to keep up with it and do it justice, so I can't even get to 95% on that one, so don't do it. Set the bar low. It's another thing I've realized about my personality and looking back at, you know, my career specifically. I have a college degree. I've got a bachelor's in management. And yet I still have never had a job that required a college degree. And I realize why all of that happened, that I didn't do more with my degree and become a successful business person or anything. And it's because of my fear of failure. So if you set the bar low where you know you can achieve it, then you never fail. So when I got my degree, you know, I didn't go for the Fortune 500 companies with the interviews that required, you know, a suit and all that stuff and a resume. I you know, toddled out to the mall and applied for jobs there with my college degree. And so, yeah, I didn't go anywhere with my professional life, really. So, yeah. I suppose if there was one thing to give my younger self advice, it would be, don't be so damn scared of failure. I was digesting that, sorry. I was just thinking that through. Got a little quiet there. I was having a moment. So I'm pulling up to work, and because it's now, I'm 2 minutes late already, I'm going to stop the video here so that when I get to the parking lot, I can just come sliding in sideways and jump out, run, and have all of my shit already attached to my body, rather than trying to, you know, finagle all of my million bags and diamond painting and all of that shit in order to get out the door and up the stairs quickly. So I will hopefully be able to give you a little more a little more of this fun car ride adventure on the way home from work, and hopefully be able to get caught up on shit soon. But I'm, yeah, freaking out because it's 8:33 and I'm just pulling into the lot. Okay. And they have security here that like monitors your speed. There's a speed limit in the parking lot and cameras everywhere. So I'm gonna cut it off here, and I'll see you in 8.5 hours. Okay, so I was I don't need those. This is me all day long, watching YouTube, listening, editing. So I ended up, our time system rounds to the nearest 15 minutes. So I'm frantically trying to log in to the system at 8:37. Oh, the frickin' thing's not loud. 8:37. Trying to log in, hoping to God to get logged in before it flips to 8:38, because then it's gonna round to 8:45 and make me late for work. So I think I'm okay, but I'm not sure. The air conditioner is going to be really loud if I set you there. I need to figure out a different spot to mount this, like right on the dashboard. See, and I'm looking at the wrong spot. I need to be looking like over here. But yeah, right on the dashboard. That way I could flip the camera back and forth so you could watch the road and I'll talk and you steer. But that would be nice. So, like right there. I wonder if I could do that. I used to do it by just sticking you here. Let's do it this way. I used to put it right in here. Oops. No, don't do that. Oh, hang on. Be very gentle. Oop. See, it hits the power button. Hold on. There. Here we go. And now we can look right at you. Kind of. Because again, the camera's way over here, and I'm looking there. So if I flipped it over, that might look like I'm looking at you. So I could probably fix that. Let me try that. We're gonna flip you over again. I'm gonna pause it. So, you know, phones, the power buttons are on the freaking edge, and the way I've got this rigged up, I've got like a glove box on the top of my dashboard, and I wedge my phone in sideways, but of course then it pushes down on the power button, and so I just restarted my phone. But yeah, and I would like to put the top down, but it looks like it might rain, but I'm not sure. It's gonna rain. I guess better not take the chance. So all right, let's just go. Let's go home. Home, George. So I have the one ready to load. You know, I shouldn't talk about freaking videos that you've already like seen post, because I'm talking in the past now. Even though it's the present for me, it's the past for you. But had a great day at work. It was awesome. I had some really friendly people, sold a bunch of policies today, and I had one woman who like was just like raving because I saved her so much money. Like got her policy down to, I don't know, I think I knocked like 40% off the price. I told her that I thought that, you know, if I kept it up, I was going to be in danger of losing my job because I keep saving people too much money. So, okay, there we go. So anyway, it's 5:10. I talked to my coworker Ray, and he's like, "Yeah, count me in on doing some cameos for your channel." So that's awesome because he's hilarious. So he's gonna start doing some clips for me here and there. Just gotta line up my lunch hour with him or break or something. and have him do that. So I'm going to pause because I know it's probably loud with the window open. I just wanted to cool off in here a little bit, and then I'll think of something to say. So today was first day of school for everybody. That explains that. I'm hoping it was a one-time thing, that it's that congested in front of the school that, you know, it was an elementary school that everybody's dropping off the kids for the first time, and that's not going to be a daily thing, because that is not something I want in my future. And I was just experimenting with the autofocus because Brandy mentioned something about her husband showing her how to use the autofocus, so I might have figured that out. Wonder if that works for close-ups on like the diamonds and stuff when you're trying to do that. That would be helpful. We do have a really nice camera, but my husband cringed when I asked if I could use it for recording. So I really have to go to the bathroom really quite badly. Yep, but I prefer to go at home. It's not that kind. It's a normal kind, but still. So upcoming will be, if I have time, the haul from my adventures in shopping. And after that, the map. I get the map and then it's just maintenance after that. It's just gonna be maintenance. You know, any new people coming in that wander across that video and post their location, they'll be tracking you. So, and then once that's done, then it's on to the fun stuff rather than just commuting back and forth, because everybody loves commuting with Wendy. I want to come up with some kind of little, like I said, Tangent Tuesdays. Like I could do my Stick With Me's on, post those on Tuesdays. Tangent Tuesdays with Wendy. And then, but, you know, it's hard to have something that rolls off the tongue. I'll have to think on that one. Last night we watched Anger Management. At least we watched the first half. And then hubby said he was going to bed at 8:30, so so it was an early night. I'm really still thinking about that jewel picker that Gwen did the video on, and Stitcherista did one a while back. I remember watching that. And that jewel picker, I don't know, I mean, it sounds like a good idea, but if you can't shove things around with it, I don't know that it's going to be worth it. Have any of you experienced the adventure of trying to use tweezers on round diamonds? Those little suckers go flying, don't they? I was trying to match up my leftover drills from the diamond dots, because they don't have DMC colors, so I was using tweezers to set them on my chart next to the different colors of floss, trying to match it up, and I kept flicking them all over the office because I was doing it at work, and they just kept going flying, because it's not easy. to hang on to those little round suckers. I'm actually running out of stuff to say. God, did you ever think that would happen? So, I'll tell you my other embarrassing moment, the one that I didn't have time for. So I was probably 7, and my dad's family business was gravel pits, quarries. So we lived right across the street from one, so he had access to the big machinery, the backhoes and bulldozers and cranes and all that stuff. And he was oh my God, I'm so sorry. He dug a pond in our yard. We lived on like a little hobby farm, I guess you'd call it. It was land that the family had purchased for a quarry, but there was no gravel underneath. So when my dad and his brothers got married, their father gave them each like a piece of this useless land around the quarry. And so we lived across the street. And he, you know, dug a giant hole in the front yard, and we had natural springs underground, so it filled up, and he made a pond. It was kind of a kidney bean shaped pond. It was decent size, probably, I don't know, about the size of a football field, maybe, ish, about. And then they also had a ready-mix plant, so they had access to concrete and all that stuff, so all the supplies. So I'm trying to preface that I'm not trying to be pretentious, but we had a pond and a tennis court. Okay, so he built a tennis court, and they would have tennis matches every Saturday. All of his, you know, brothers and their wives and kids and everybody would come over on the weekends, and they did play tennis. And all the grandkids, we would all hang out, do whatever, playing. And oh God, okay, let's get squeeze in here. There we go. I hate when people do that, but I just did it. You know, where there's a turning lane and then you go halfway up and then merge in with everybody else instead of waiting in line. Oops, sorry. But there's a truck with its hazards on in my lane, so it was either go one lane further to the right, which is away from where I want to go, or get over into the left where I actually want to turn. So I did that. But so we have these family tennis match events, and I was chronically shy, and I was in the pond with my cousin Danielle. She's probably, how much older is she than me? 3 or 4 years older than me. So I was like, I'm guessing 7-ish, and she would have been around 11. And she was gonna go get something, whether it was a inner tube or a beach ball or something that was up by the house. And so she walked up there, and I was still down at the little beach area on the side of the pond. And I could see her wandering around by the house, couldn't find what it was that she went up there to go look for. And in all of my wisdom, I didn't want to draw attention to myself by yelling, you know, the distance of a football field up at her, you know, screaming directions and where to find whatever it was she was up there looking for. So in all of my wisdom, in order to not draw attention to myself, I screamed at the top of my lungs, "Help." And then I see about 4 grown men in 1978. So remember the shorts back then? The really short shorts and the tennis shoes with the knee socks. Sprinting across the lawn from the tennis court to the pond. And my Uncle Butch ran down the beach, jumped over my head, took several steps through the water, and dove in and dove down and started swimming. and I'm sitting there by myself on the sand while the other grown men, my dad and his other brother and a friend of his, all came running up, and they said, "Where is he? Where is she? Where? And I'm like, who? And they're like, well, you yelled help, who's drowning? And I said, it's just me down here. And yeah, so that was me trying not to call attention to myself, and instead I interrupted a tennis match. And my Uncle Butch, who dove in, he was actually the judge, the line judge for the match, and he had built this platform that stood probably a good 7 feet off the ground. Well, apparently he leapt from the platform down to the grass, sprinted across and jumped in the water, and then was, you know, diving down looking for a submerged body. And it was just me sitting there trying not to call attention to myself. So that was brilliant. Yeah, I don't remember much after that. I just remember seeing all these men running at me. Then when I was in junior high, I used to walk to school, and my best friend, Anne, came home with me after school one day. It was winter time, and the pond was frozen over, and my mother and father always said, don't ever, ever, ever walk out on that ice, because of the fact that it had these natural springs under it. There was constant water flow, and they were never confident that the ice would get thick enough in order for it to be safe on the water, regardless of how cold or how long it had been cold. But for whatever reason, again, don't remember, I think I'm in like 7th grade now, so I would have been 12. For some reason I went out on the ice, don't remember why, and it cracked right next to the shore, and I slid in only up to like my knees, maybe my waist. And Anne, of course, was bursting out laughing, and I'm like, just help get me out of this. And I was wet, you know, up to somewhere between the knee and the waist, don't recall exactly. But she was such a mischievous little thing, man. She was because I was a rule follower, not a rule breaker, and she was definitely, you know, a little on the wilder side. So, brilliant girl. She used to call my mom, Mom. We'd get to the house and we'd go in, and she immediately yells from the door to my mom, Mom, close your eyes. She has a present for you, and we don't want you to see it so she can get it to her bedroom. Well, my mom's birthday's in September, so whatever, but my mom shut her eyes so I could get through the house soaking wet and not get grounded for going on the ice. I used to go to Anne's house after school like several times a week. She was the closest neighbor we had because we lived on this hobby farm. We weren't in town in a subdivision. There was nobody nearby, no kids around at all. And then she was the closest one, which was probably a mile bike ride, maybe a mile and a half, but you had to go up a big hill. And I lived on the low end of the hill. She was at the top of the hill, and I used to go over to her house all the time. Liked going there because her mom kept the pantry full of goodies. You know, they had Snickers bars and Cheetos and all kinds of junk food and soda and all that. My mom never bought any of that stuff. We had 1.5 gallon of ice cream per week for the family. No soda, no nothing. My mom had ears of a hawk. If we did happen to have cookies in the house, she would hear that little clink of the cookie jar lid being lifted and immediately yell, what are you doing? So I'd go over to Anne's house as often as I possibly could in order to just like gorge myself in their pantry and just eat all kinds of stuff. but she was one of 5 kids. She had 4 older brothers. I think 3 of the brothers still lived at home. 1 was grown and moved out, but they were all kind of hellraisers, getting into trouble and stuff. I remember playing Truth or Dare with her brothers and having to run naked to the end of the sidewalk and back. And oh God. And then her brothers shooting their BB guns at us, and I hearing the little BBs whizzing past our ear. I mean, we just, yeah, she was a lot of fun. Then she moved to Connecticut for several years, and she came back once we were in high school, but we had 2 high schools in my town, and she went to the other high school, so we never really, like, were close again after that. I went over to her house for, like, some birthday parties and stuff, but we didn't really hang out once we were in high school. And we didn't hang out during school either. She was in the popular group and I wasn't, so it was unacceptable to be seen with me. So it was always an after-school thing. Oh my God. And apparently I was fine with it. I get it. You don't want to be seen with me. I'm cool with that. Good thing I didn't put the top down. It's raining. I used to pee my pants a lot when I'd laugh when I was in elementary school. Small bladder or something. God, I don't even know how many times I peed my pants in school. It was always triggered by laughing. Except after school, just like now. I still do the same damn thing, but now I have a bladder of steel. Then I wouldn't go to the bathroom all day at school either. Just like I don't go to the bathroom all day at work. And then on the way home, I gotta go to the bathroom really bad. But part of my chores was to give the dogs water, and I remember trying to fill the water bowl for the dog and listening to the running water and doing the pee-pee dance, and then just giving up. Just pee myself out there. Oh my God. I'm not gonna give up. I'm gonna make it home. Yeah, another time I was on the merry-go-round and they got it spinning so fast. I fell off into a snowbank and started laughing, and then peed my pants, threw my snow pants into the snow, and there's yellow snow, and trying to like hide that so nobody saw it. Oh my God. Oh, I was such a freaking dork. I inherited that though. My mother had the same problem. Whenever she'd laugh really hard, she'd pee her pants. And with that tennis court, you know, after we'd had it several years, it had like a nice thick film of dust from the quarry across the street. You know, all the dust and dirt blowing in all the time, so it was really dusty on top. And she was playing tennis with her sister, my aunt, and my aunt would lob one. You don't know tennis terms, she'd lob it, which means like high and way deep. And my mom would go back and hit it, and then she'd dink one like right over the net, so it would land like right, and then lob and dink and lob and dink. And my mom was running back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And whatever ended up happening, they both started laughing really hard, and my mom started laughing. And, you know, she would always like, stop, I'm gonna pee my pants, I'm gonna pee my pants. Well, she started running for the house and started peeing while she was running, and the little sprinkles were like in the dust on the tennis court. It stayed like that for years. You could see the little trail of her little splatter zone as she ran away. Oh, God. Yeah. It was always the challenge when we were in high school. It was like a joke. Us my brother and I and our friends coming over and stuff was always, the challenge was to try and get my mom to wet her pants. I'm running out of stories. It's probably good. Just ramble on and on and on. I guess I'm gonna cut this video off here because I've run out of things to say. I'm amazed. So anyway, I'm gonna try and get some stuff put together so I've got some content other than just me rambling on and on. So watch for the map video. That should be coming out after this. Not giving any days anymore or when or anything like that, but that's next. No, haul. Well, the haul's the next. My haul will be the next video, and then after that, I anticipate it being the map. So, we'll see what happens. Stay tuned. Okay, I don't know why, but my husband is not home. Which is extremely odd. So, back home. It's so quiet. See, listen, this is 5:30 on a Friday. This neighborhood is so freaking quiet. Alright, I think I've got everything. Now, I'm going to turn you around so you can see. God, my earbuds are stuck around me. I'm going to turn you around so you can see how Jasmine greets me when I get home. Now, one of the kids is home. So there is somebody in the house, but only one kid is home. So let's watch, see how she acts. See, here's that thing he's building. It's this giant ass trailer. Well, hi, honey. Hi. Hi. Okay, let's shut the door. Hi. Hello. Hi. 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 Yes. Hi. 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 It's okay. I'm here. Okay. 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 Calm down. Calm down. Freaking out. Okay, let me stuff down. It's okay. It's okay. What's up, girl? Did you have a good day? I didn't eat my lunch. Put it back in the fridge. So I left the coffee on. Put this back in here. Spin. Good girl. Okay, and then you can see there's kind of the same routine as the morning. Get home and give her treats. Come on. Okay, I'm gonna use the facilities. Bye. Okay, so my fun time with the convertible is coming to an end. I gotta plug in my little device that's gonna measure my driving. The end of my fun. Now I gotta figure out where the hell this thing plugs in. Let me take a look. Oh, that was easy. It's right down here. I hope you're in focus here. There. I hope you saw that. Okay. We gotta behave ourselves from now on, kids. 90 days. 90 days I'm being watched. Thank you, Liberty Mutual. They're looking for drive duration, aggressive acceleration, and hard braking. Not really a problem. I have an issue with the aggressive acceleration. You know, I gotta beat everybody else to the next light. I like to be at the front of the pack. Okay. So, I know, I keep saying I'm not gonna keep making these, but I've been able to get a video out every day. I just never get any to the things I want to do because I keep making these little commuting clips. But yesterday I did get all caught up on comments again, and I've got over 100 people to put on the map. So I'm gonna do a really quick haul video. It's Saturday. Today's my Friday. My weekend starts tomorrow. So today's Saturday, and the plan is tonight I'll make the haul video, and probably tomorrow during the daylight I'll do the map. That's probably gonna have to be broken up into a few episodes because I just think it's going to. That's a lot of stuff to go for one, and so, or maybe it'll be like part of a intro for several videos. You know, I'll do like 10 at a time and just put them at the beginning of episodes. That way, it's kind of like an ongoing thing. And then, you know, if anybody new comes along and they didn't see the map one yet, where I ask, they'll kind of catch on. And it'll keep rolling out, you know, getting bigger and bigger. I think I'm going to do that. So we'll do it that way. I'll see how long it takes, but maybe do like 10 people at a time, you know, 5-10 minute little inserts at the beginning of a video. I could do all of them ahead of time and just, you know, plop them in as they go. So that could work. I'll do that. But I don't want to end up driving and talking for the whole 20-minute ride to work and the whole 20-minute ride home, because then I end up with, by the time I put all the beginnings and ends, you know, I've got a 45-50-minute video, and then that takes me a whole day to edit. So this, I was planning on just slapping on the end of something else because it's just a real quick one. But it's Saturday, so let's hope there isn't that traffic jam that I drove through yesterday. But I am going to have to go to work earlier now because I don't know if that's going to be a regular thing. So, yeah, my hair looks good today. I curled it. I actually woke up 20 minutes early Meaning I woke up on time instead of 20 minutes late, and I was able to curl my hair. You can't really see it, but it's curled today. I feel pretty. Oh, so. So anyway, I am going to cut this off because I don't really have anything of any value to say as usual, and I am just, you know, just stopped in to say hi and happy Saturday, everybody. I think this one might go out today, so it might actually film and produce on the same day. That never happens. Usually this shit's a week behind. And I've been catching up on a few people. So I watched Gwenny and Stitcherista this morning. I watched Abstract Crafter yesterday. I'm not caught up with her yet, or Gwenny, of course. I've got a lot of Gwenny's to watch, but I just saw Gwen open her Peter Pan. Holy shit. Oh my God. But side note, I was named after Wendy in Peter Pan, if I haven't already said that. Because my mom apparently was psychic and knew exactly what type of personality I would grow up to have. I'm very nurturing. So, talk to you guys later. There's a cloud behind those trees. Oh, I wish you could see the bottom of it. What does that look like? Maybe I'll be able to get it before when the light turns green. Okay, here we go. See it? What does that remind you of? Woo! I so want a dash cam.
How you doing? My name is Baxter Jenkins, and I'm excited to be on this map. I'm from Wisconsin. I like Wisconsin. Not a lot of black people. I'm a rock star up there. Some people even call me a wild man. A lot of history there. Check me out.